recorded. Morning, Rebecca. All right, so this is the Platform Power Up series. For those of you who were here last week, we did the agent website. We went over the deep dive details of all the things you can do with your agent website. And today we're on week 2, which is Google Business Profile. So the whole purpose of the Platform Power Up is to go through step by step, try to teach you a few tricks of the trade so that if you have one of these platforms already in play, maybe you can learn how to use it a little bit better, a little bit more efficiency. Maybe there's tools on there that you didn't know exist, because sometimes, especially with social media, they're pretty good about hiding those tools in there. And if you haven't set up each one of these systems, this is a good way for you to go week by week and just have one thing on your to-do list for that week to really power up your marketing and power up your footprint online. So today's about Google Business Profile. This is always a question, and let me skip through here to get to it. This is always a good question that I get, or maybe not even a question, but maybe a lot of times it happens to be, one of those things where agents get upset over it. Because I hear when I'm bringing on especially seasoned agents or new agents from other companies, they get mad at their previous broker because there's an agent in their office that is showing up like they own the office. And usually it's a top producing agent that shows up in those Google searches. So if you would search a broker name, it's coming up with that agent's name, comma, that broker name. Or if they go to put the GPS coordinates in for the office on their phone, it's coming up as that agent's name, like they own the office. And sometimes agents will get really upset with their broker or their manager. Like, why would the broker put such and such name on there? Like, this person owns the office. I understand that this person is the top producer, but that's playing favorites. And as much as I hate to stick up for other brokerages, because, we are the best, but it's not the broker's fault. It's not the manager's fault either. It's the Google Business Profile that top producing agent has set up that makes it look like they're the only agent in the office. And they're doing it at such a high level that they're doing it better than the brokerage, right? So this is what we're going to go over today. I'm going to give you kind of the lay of the land and how it works and how you can have your own business Google Business Profile so that you're showing up and it looks like your own personal office when your office is searched online. Does that make sense? Yes? All right. So full disclosure, if you Google Realty One of the agents come up. I didn't put it out there. I'm not picking favorites. I just taught the agent how to do what I'm about to teach you how to do, and they're doing it at a very high level. Okay, great. All right, so first, I'm sorry I'm munching here because I have a sour stomach, so forgive me if you can hear that. First, visibility. Why all of this matters is visibility. Google Business Profile is the first thing people see when searching realtor near me or your name. Let's face it, we have giants in every aspect of the internet world. When you think about where people go to search most online, you will automatically come to mind Zillow. Zillow is the giant. When it comes to search engines, Google is the giant. Now, will Google always be the giant? Now with ChatGPT and other chat bots and AI out there, who knows? That could change, and pretty quickly. What that means for getting you visibility above everybody else, not quite sure yet. But there's a lot of talk on how to position yourself when it comes to chat bots. But for now, Google is the most searched place when consumers are looking for a new service provider. That includes real estate as well. So we want to make sure that you are showing up on Google Business. It also provides trust. So a complete profile builds credibility with reviews, photos, and consistent info. All right. So now, like always, if you're working on 2 screens, I highly suggest you do that, especially if you have not created your profile yet. If you need to take this minute to jump off of your laptop because you don't have two screens and sign back in on your mobile device so that you can use your laptop to create a profile, I'm going to give you just a few minutes. I'm going to chit chat a little bit. So go ahead and do that now. You're not going to miss anything important. So if you want to go ahead and log off your laptop and log back in to this meeting on your mobile device so you can use your laptop with one screen, please do that. All right. So I love Google Business. I wish that I used it more efficiently. I will be the first one to tell you that I don't update it as often as I should. That's one of the things for 2026 that I'm really trying to be more intentional about. I update social media a lot, but I think that even going through these trainings and doing trainings with others myself, I learn a lot. I learn a lot by putting on these trainings because these trainings take an immense amount of research to put together. So every time I put together a training for all of you, I actually learn something, which is super important. And that is no different when it came to business, the Google Business Profile. By digging into it, by using the system, by Googling things to do with it and how to show up higher in search results, I learned a little bit. So you can always learn something. I always say that if you sit on a training, if you have one takeaway, just one takeaway, it was a valued use of your time. So hopefully we show you one trick in here that is your takeaway. All right. So if you are on your screen there, you want to go to, and you can do a search for this. Go to Google Business Profile Manager, and it'll pull it right up. All right. Go ahead and sign in to a business Google account. You do not want to sign up for a personal account. You want to make sure that you're signing up for a business Google account under Google Business Profile Manager. So take a moment and do that. And if I go too fast, yell at me and I'll stop. All right. Once you've signed into your account, this is the screen that you're going to see. Now you can see at the top, I have 6 businesses in there because I use Google Profile. You will, if this is your first time setting up your Google Business Profile Manager, you will not have that little bar at the top of the screen that says 6 businesses. It will be blank. It will have 0. So that's okay because we're doing it now. So go to where I have this arrow pointed that says Add Business and click Add Business. I just saw Carrie jump on, and Carrie, if you are on a laptop, you can be doing this step by step while we're doing it. So if you have 2 screens, great. If not, you can log off of your laptop, log back into the meeting with your mobile device, and then use your laptop to do this step by step if you want. Totally.
I'm not home. I clicked on my phone, so I'm walking around with you.
Okay, great.
But, yeah,
right.
I'll get to it eventually, but.
All right, next. When you hit that Add Business, this screen is going to pop up. It's a pop-up screen, and it's going to ask you to name your business. Your business name is your name, however you're doing business. That should match the name that you're using with the Real Estate Commission. Okay, so make sure it is the name that matches the Real Estate Commission license. So, for example, I'm going to pick on Tobias. Tobias's license is under Tobias Shimo. He should not put Toby Shimo. I don't even know if he goes by Toby. I love Toby. That's my dog's name. So Tobias is a great name. But it has to be Tobias Shimo because that is how it's listed with the state. So go ahead and put your name in there, comma, Realty One Group Ultimate. And then you're going to list your business category. There's 2 options in there. There's real estate agent or real estate broker. It doesn't matter whether you are a licensed salesperson or an associate broker. It should say real estate agent. Brokerage is the location. It's not the person. So go ahead and put real estate agent in there. And once you're done, go ahead and click next. Next, you want to add some business information. So this is a good one. Do you want to add a location customers can visit, like a store or an office? You want to click yes. This is how you're going to show up on GPS coordinates. So when somebody puts in Realty One Group Ultimate into their mobile device, you have the possibility of showing up with your name, Realty One Group Ultimate. It looks like they're traveling to you. This is great, especially for when you have closings and stuff with clients who are on the other side. So say you represent the buyer and you have a closing in New Brighton and you give the other person the address for the office. Well, their sellers are putting in that GPS coordinates and it's coming up your name. So little extra marketing there for the future. But go ahead and put yes. And then you want to go ahead and put in your office address. Please make sure that the office address is correct. Don't put in a wrong address. Do not put in your home address. You do not want everybody knowing where you live. Put in the office address. It must be a business address, and make sure that it is correct. If you were in Hermitage or if you were in Boardman, we have a suite number. So you can put that in address line 2. You can see below it says suite 14 for Hermitage. So you can go ahead and put that in. And again, if I'm going too fast, yell at me to slow down.
Christina, if I could just punch
yes.
right back to business name. So mine would be, my business name would be James W. Swankler III, comma, real estate agent.
But do you have a fictitious name registered with the state? Because I think yours is just under Jim Swankler.
Oh, how do I know that?
You would go on to BPOA and then check your license.
BPOA. So my license reads James W. Swankler III.
Then that's what your business name should look like.
Okay.
All of your marketing should look like that too.
Okay.
So I would suggest sending the real estate commission an email and asking them to register a name, a trade name of Jim Swankler. And they'll register your trade name, so you don't have to use your full name.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's really easy to do with an email.
Okay. Thanks.
Mm-hmm. All right. So skipping back ahead. So entering your address. Next, you want to enter in the contact information. Now, this has the office information on here. The broker number must be included as a landline, but you can add your cell phone number on there as well. And I suggest that you do. So you can add more than one telephone number. So even though the screen is just showing you just the office number, we have to make sure that we're marketing the way that the real estate commission says that we have to market. So you do have to have the brokerage number in there, but it should be listed as a landline. And then on the next screens, you can actually add in your mobile number. And I would suggest you do that as well. Now, where it says website optional, you can see that this is our main website. You would not use our main website. You would put in your agent URL, whether that is a custom URL that you have purchased and had connected to your website, or your first name, last name, .myrealtyonegroup.com. You can use that as well. If you do not know your website URL, it's very easy to find. Go to rogultimate.com, go to agents, find your beautiful face and photo on there, and then click the link that says view my website. And then it's going to come up and copy and paste the URL. Easiest way to find it. You can also find it in OneSuite by going into your website settings, but honestly, it's super easy just to go to the main site, find your face, and click the view my website button. Really easy. All right. So next, it's going to ask you to select a way to get verified. You can do this with a phone call or with an email code. If you do phone call from the landline, it's going to try to verify it through our office. So please don't do that. You can verify it by phone if you have put in your mobile number, or you can do email code, which is the easiest. So I suggest clicking the email button and it's going to email you a verification code so you can verify the information. All right. Once you've done that, then you can add your services. So you're going to select the services your business provides and get matched with the right customers. It's very important because it's going to come up with a bunch of little blocks of like suggested services. It's very important that you're only selecting items in which you are licensed and experienced to provide. One of the items that shows up first is appraisals. We are not licensed appraisers. Please do not select that button. That is not a service that you can legally provide. Beach property rentals and sales. I don't know if you've looked around Pennsylvania lately, but there are no beaches in the vicinity. So I would not select that either. But if you see there at the bottom, building lot sales, if that's something that you do, check that as a service. Buying agent services, which is something that most of us all do, go ahead and check that one, along with any other services you provide. You can select multiple services. You don't have to select just one. Next, you want to customize your profile and you want to add a business description. This lets customer learn more about your business and it helps you come up in search results, maps, and other services. So this is very much like your About Me, but you should be listing out the different services that you provide and the markets that you are serving as well. Remember how SEO works. We've gone over SEO 100 times. If you don't, or if you're not good at SEO, you're not familiar with SEO, let ChatGPT help. So plug in your business description into ChatGPT, tell it how many characters you want it to provide. Let it know that you're doing it for a Google business profile for the business description, and also let it know that you want the information to be highly SEO searchable in your market. And it will give you a description that matches all of that criteria. Also keep in mind, I've said this 100 times, be very intentional and instructive with ChatGPT. Assume that you're talking to a remote VA and you have to be very intentional with your instructions. So make sure you're doing that with ChatGPT as well. You get the best results if your instructions are very clear. All right, next up, sharing a photo. So you want to share a photo of the front of your office building. Share a photo of the front of your office building. This may require you going out and taking a photo because they do not want reused photos, okay? So go out, take a photo of the front of your office building. You can be in front of that building, so ask your TC to give you a hand and help take the photo. So you could be standing by the door, maybe with your name rider that has your name on it. But they will want a copy of the front of the office. It is important that you're showing the entire office, including this sign. All right, this is how they're going to verify you. Google Business does not allow you to just post a business out there willy-nilly and then they don't verify the information. You are going to have to do a couple verification steps. So you want to make sure that you're getting the photo right the first time. So again, front of the building, must have the sign, must be the entire most of the front of the building must be visible. So you want to make sure that you're uploading that as your first picture. Any questions on that or anything else so far? I feel like I'm going really fast.
I don't know if today's the best day to do that.
It may not be the best day today, but no, just kind of keep that in mind. All right.
I have a question. I'm sorry.
Yeah, absolutely.
Came in kind of late. Should we have the broker number or our realtor number visible as well in that photo?
Always a great idea to have your agent number anywhere you can, but no, it's not required for advertisements and PA.
Thank you.
So the things that are required for your Google business page is your name as it's licensed with the state, the brokerage name, the brokerage telephone number if you are putting your cell phone number. So you only have to advertise the broker's landline if you are advertising your mobile number. So if you're not advertising either, which I don't know why you would want to do a Google business profile if you're not, but you would have to put both, one landline, one a mobile number. All right.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. So once you have that done, Google is going to take you through a few verification steps. You may get a couple emails that says your Google business, oops, shoot, sorry, I hit the button. Your Google business profile is, unverified, or we weren't able to post it. What they're getting more specific with, and I didn't put a slide on this because there's no way to really show you, but the last one I did, it didn't trust my photo of the outside. So I had to go through and do a video of me walking through the office. So you have to start on the outside and you do a video like through their app where you're showing the front of the building, the street up and down, walking into the office the whole way through and going to inside and outside of employee only areas to show that, you know, that you are an employee or representative of that office. That can absolutely be done. Just give your TC a heads up, especially if you're in Elwood, just to make sure there's no financial information laying out. We can get all of that stuff, you know, put away or covered for you. Make sure they don't have anything on their screens. Even if you're in New Brighton, like we don't want anything on the screens that could breach confidentiality. So just give them a heads up that that's exactly what you're doing. And they can help you do that. And then give you access to whatever areas that you need. Like I said, that it's becoming more prevalent. When I first started doing Google business profiles, it didn't make me do that, but the last one it did. So don't freak out if you get that. It's just, you know, another layer of protection to make sure people are verified. All
so
right.
it's only if it asks you for, you know.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
and
only
then
if it asks you for it.
Also, I was getting and I didn't know if it was a spam call and I wasn't going to do it, but I was getting a lot of calls from the Google voice verification, stuff like that. Like, is that part of that Google profile or is that just a spam? Probably?
It could be. It could be. It just depends on how your profile is set up. So when you have your profile set up and people like check the button, like it'll say there's an option on there that it'll say like call now or call or whatever, and they hit that, depending on how they're coming over to you. Like I've gotten calls from like a Google Voice number because somebody's calling me through Google Voice. Sometimes it just hits your phone and you have no idea they went through Google to get to you.
Okay. Yeah,
So,
I was getting like, I mean, there was days where it was like a Google Voice verification. Like, I didn't know if it was through the profile or whatever. And it was like calling me like 7 times a day. I'm like, I don't know what this is. And I don't feel comfortable. Like, you know, because I'm like, I didn't have time either, but it was just really
I think
weird.
that one was a scam because they wanted you to, I listened to them for one of the 15 times they called me in 3 days and they want you to pay at the end.
Okay. Yeah. I was like, every time they called, I just like hung up or like, I did talk to them a little bit. And I'm like, I can't do this right now.
Yeah.
you want to be careful of that kind of stuff. Absolutely. If somebody ever asks you for your credit card information over the phone, the last 4 digits of your social security number, anything like that, then I would be leery right away. And all for naught, like Google Voice, like if you want a Google Voice number, and I don't know why, I mean, there might be reasons why you would want one, but if you want a Google Voice number, having a Google Voice number is free. So I used to have one when I dealt with other people's rental properties because I didn't want tenants having my cell phone number because they weren't my properties. I was just advertising them. So I had a Google Voice number at that point for post-tenant follow-up because there had to be a time where it was like, okay, here's the number you call going forward. Don't call me anymore. I'm not connected to the deal. So
yeah, because they'll call you at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Exactly. So, all right. So some things you can do once you have your Google business profile set up, because your Google business profile is really not hard to set up. It's just getting through whatever Google kind of throws at you with those verification steps. And it's pretty self-explanatory as the pages come up as to what you need to do. I just always like to run through it because sometimes it gets set up improperly, and then it gets taken down because Google does know what you have to have on there, what you don't have to have on there. So I just always like to make sure it's set up right the first time. But once your Google profile is set up, what are some things that you can do with it? So here's your Google dashboard. And this is telling you as a user, these are some of the things that you can go through. And I'm not going to go through all of them in this training. Please poke around and look at all of the different things that you can use. But the very first thing I want you to look at is ask for a review. This is a great way to get interaction on your page. And like anything, any type of search engine, doesn't matter if it's search engine, social media, doesn't matter what it is. The more interaction, the more people that are trafficking any type of website, the higher it will come up in search results. So you definitely want to make sure that you're trying to attract people to your profile. Asking for reviews and getting good reviews is also great for credibility as well. So remember, anytime you're searched online, whether good, bad, or indifferent, that is your resume. So it is important as a real estate professional to make sure that you're getting the very best traffic to any of your sources. So when you click on that ask for a review, this little pop-up comes up, okay? And it's super easy to use. So you can email a client directly from here. WhatsApp, we really don't use in this region a whole lot unless we're dealing with international clients. So I don't know if you use it or not, but usually that's like the last thing that people use. You can also ask for reviews on Facebook as well if your Facebook is connected to your Google account. Make sure that your Facebook is your Facebook business page, which we're going to review next week, and not your personal page, please. All right. So easiest thing you can do is get the link. So you click these little buttons here, this little copy and paste button. You just click that and it's going to copy the link. Now, once you copy the link, you can email this directly to your client. You can text it directly to your client, or even better yet, you can put it as part of your drip campaign in your OneSuite. And this would automatically go out to your clients post-closing because you've set them up on a drip. Another way that you can share this is by using the QR code. So you can download the QR code. You can show a person on your phone as they're at closing, hey, would you mind leaving me your review? You can give them a QR sticker. You can text it to them. There's all kinds of different ways that you can share a QR code that are very marketable and cute. So your imagination is your only limit. Next, posts. This is something we don't think about on Google, is posts. So you can post to Google just like you do any other social media platform. And a lot of people don't know this. So you can post new listings, open houses, market updates, tips for buyers and sellers, congratulations posts for, people just first-time home buyers just closed on their first home, make a big deal about it, or whatever the case. Anything that is going on in your business, you can post about. You could post about this training today, right on your Google profile, always learning and growing in, in the real estate business here in the Lawrence County market. Post to your heart's desire, but this section is very much like Facebook, Instagram, anything else. So you want to go ahead and you want to click add post. So this is a pop-up that comes up. You just click add post. To get started, and you would post very much like you would on Facebook or anything else. You can upload your photo, you can put in some verbiage, and then it's going to show on your Google business profile, which is great because then as people are searching you or searching, real estate agents near me, and your profile comes up, they can go back and they can look just like your resume, like, oh, look, they just closed one this week and they closed 2 houses last week. And oh, look at that. They have the house listed only a few blocks from me. So it all becomes relevant as part of your overall resume. Next thing is a Q&A. I love this Q&A. So add a Q&A section to your business profile. You can use commonly asked questions for first-time home buyers, staging tips, home facts, anything that you are knowledgeable in. You can post a Q&A section in your Google business profile. What's great is that, again, it's searchable. So if somebody in our area searches staging tips to help your home get ready for the market, it is possible that your Q&A is going to show up. Is anybody using the Q&A section on their Google business profile right now? No? To be honest with you, when I was putting this training together and I was researching this data, I didn't even know that was an option. So remember how I was talking at the beginning of this training, how, if you can get kind of one takeaway, like this was one of my takeaways. I didn't even know this was an option until I started researching Google business profile more to figure out like what the best practices were and what are the least used sources on there. And this is one of the things that I learned about. So I thought that was great. All right, next, you can upload additional. Oh, go ahead.
So basically, if we make posts or whatever, it will technically only be seen if they are like search for us or for a realtor and our name pops up and they look at our business profile. right?
Well, I mean, it could show up based on the terms in your text as well.
Okay.
Just like anything on the internet,
Right.
somebody has to be looking for it to show up. So unless you're doing any type of advertisement, which is completely different, because then you're going after them, they're not coming after you. So definitely wording is important, and understanding how search engines work and how different terms and words rank is super important. We did a training, I think it was this year, in regards to looking up your SEO words for your area. And you can do that on Google too.
Okay. Okay.
So next is photos. So you can add more photos. So remember when we were setting up the profile page, it asked for the exterior of the building, and that's really the only thing it asked for. You definitely want to add more photos than just the exterior of the building. And if you search my Google business profile, me as an agent, the very first photo you're going to see of me is going to be me by me in front of a door. You're going to see old team photos of me. You're going to see office photos around here of me that have just been collected over the years that I have posted to update my Google business page. So you definitely want to update your headshots and lifestyle photos regularly. Go ahead and set up like open house photos. If you're doing an open house, take those photos, even if they're not of you, even if they're like a cute decoration that you have, or maybe a sign-in, like you have a sign-in board that's there, or anything really cute. Any closing photos that you want to put in there, please put those in. Just like if you've ever Googled a restaurant, like I do it all the time. Like I'll go into my phone and I'm like, best places for dinner near me. And then all of the profiles will show up. And the very first thing I do is I go to the photos, because I want to see pictures of the food, pictures of the atmosphere, and a picture of the menu. That's the very first thing I do, is hit those photos. And I'm going through, I'm like, oh, that looks good. That looks good. Like, oh, they have a nice dining area here, or this is a casual kind of like, pub style restaurant. So photos are important. People are very visual creatures, and they would rather see a photo than read a huge line of text. So keep those photos up there, keep them relevant, and keep them coming, because that is the best way to attract people to you. All right, that is all I've got for you on your Google business profile. As I said before, there's lots of different stuff you can do in here. Okay, you can do bookings right through Google Business. So go ahead and check that out. You can do, you can check your performance, and you can advertise through there. And we do a longer Google business profile training once a year. We've already done it this year. So you can go into the One Blog and you can check that out. It'll talk more about advertising, checking your performance, editing your products, those types of things. But for today, for Platform Power Up, it is all about just getting your systems set up and running. Once you have that all set up, then you can go back into that training on the One Blog and really learn how to hone in your marketing on your Google business page. All right, next week is all going to be about Facebook for Business. Most of you have a Facebook page. All of you should have a Facebook business page. For those of you who don't, we're going to go through the setup. And then for those of you who do, we're going to show you some tips, some tricks, and some things that you may not have known that you can do with Facebook for your business. All right, hit me with your questions, guys.
So I typically send my clients like Rate My Agent emails to do it through there. Can we take those reviews and put them on Google, or like from now on we would have to? And I know we had that meeting with Rate My Agent, and how like if we, pay their yearly fee, we can they'll post them everywhere for us.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you suggest?
I don't know the answer to that.
Okay.
I do not use the paid version of Rate My Agent. It's a great program. I know that a lot of people do, but that would definitely be a question for them. The best of my knowledge, and I'm not 100% on this, but to the best of my knowledge, only because it's pretty much the same across all platforms, is that you cannot post the reviews into the system. The user has to post the review into each
Okay.
individual system.
Gotcha.
I don't know if Rate My Agent has a way to override that and mass post, but definitely a question for your sales rep over there to see if
Okay.
that's a possibility.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions? No? All right, perfect. Well, we will meet back here, same place, same time for Facebook for Business next week. And then the following week, we are, so Facebook for Business. And then the following week, we are Instagram for Impact. So we have a lot of people that are doing social media absolutely wonderfully. I know that Jim will not miss week 4. Jim loves Instagram, loves it. And hopefully we can pick his brain a little bit on Instagram. But for those of you who are coming to the Hermitage decorating event, we will be there 2:30 today to decorate for the holidays. Please stop in and see us if you are able. And if I do not see you or talk to you before Thanksgiving, I hope everybody has an amazing holiday. We are closed here in the office Thursday and Friday, and we will return on Monday. All right. So everybody have a wonderful and safe holiday. Thanks, guys.
Thanks. You too.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving.